Hi, I'm Laura Ray, and I'm here to share with you my drugstore makeup that actually doubles as skincare. What a game changer this has been in the past few years with makeup companies putting skincare into makeup. I don't know how much it changes the actual health of my skin, but I have noticed such a difference in the way the makeup applies and also how it looks all day on my skin. I think the makeup now with the skincare gives skin a much more youthful appearance and less cakey. Now, also, when skincare was first being put into makeup, it was only in the very luxurious lines that cost $50, $60 for the foundation and other products. It's so nice that now these things are being put into drugstore products for such a reasonable price. I would be remiss if I didn't talk about this wonderful primer from Neutrogena. I've been using this, and as far as skincare ingredients, this is infused with peptides and vitamin E. I just think this gives a glow to my skin. I put it on first before foundation, and it just gives a very dewy look to my skin. One of the first makeup products I ever used that was infused with skincare was this from Neutrogena. They came out with this Hydra Boost line quite a while ago, maybe at least 2 years ago. And I saw it and I thought, that is really neat. They're putting hyaluronic acid into the foundation. And this actually isn't a real foundation. It's more of a tint, and it has a very different texture from any that I own or I've tried, and I've tried a lot. This has the texture of gel. And I just really think it gives your skin the appearance you have no foundation on. And going on, it feels like you're putting on a gel slash moisturizer. But boy, does it last all day. I think out of my collection of foundations, you know that watch all the time, I love the Flower Beauty Light Illusion Foundation. This is right neck and neck with that for making my skin look youthful. It's so easy to apply. I love the dough applicator that it comes with. It's a huge dough applicator. And when this came out was right around the time they started putting these applicators in very luxurious foundations. So this is one of the only ones at the drugstore that has this applicator, which I really like. And right now on Amazon, I do have this linked in my store. I've never seen a price like this. This is in the $7 range for my shade. And I know when this came out, I paid $12 or $13 at the drugstore. So it's quite a bargain and perfect for mature skin. One of the first blushes that I spied at the drugstore several months ago that had skincare ingredients were these from Physicians Formula. They had all kinds of different fruit extracts and other things that make the blush look very dewy and very youthful on the skin. I've been using these for months. I love them. You can apply them with your finger, but I like to use a brush to really blend it out. But they're so pigmented, they last for hours. And what I like is there's no cakey look at all on the skin. This blush from L'Oreal has mango seed butter. It's got coconut oil, several different types of oils that when I apply it on my skin, it doesn't catch on any dry patches. I find that it's hard anymore at my age, almost 56, to find a powder blush that looks beautiful and luminous on my skin. I have less oil in the skin now, as many mature women do. Well, this looks like I put on a cream blush. Now, I'm using it today as a topper. Sometimes I do like to double blush, but I mainly did it so you could see how beautiful it looks on the skin. But it has become one of my favorite powder blushes. Skincare in loose face powder has been a game changer. I could never use loose powder before. It looked so cakey on my skin. Quite a few months back, I discovered this, the number 7 powder, and what a change. It has vitamin E in it. It also has B5, and let me tell you, this stuff is just magic. It blurs my fine lines. It makes my makeup last so long and just gives my overall skin more of a finished, polished look. So I have become a huge fan. The Maybelline Instant Age Rewind Concealer that I've raved over and over about is loaded with skincare ingredients. Maybelline actually has a patent on an ingredient called Halaxyl, which is a combination of 4 different peptides. Now, they also put goji berry in this, which I think is why it's so emollient. It doesn't dry out my skin. You've seen me, I actually use it as my lid primer. So before I put on any eyeshadows, I either use the Neutralizer or the Brightener. Now, the Brightener is just to sort of light up your face. If I feel I look sort of dull control. I use it anywhere where I want a brightness on my face, so I put it on my lids, around the sides of my eyes, down the front of my nose, my chin, just the whole center of my face to sort of give me a bright, awake look. Now, the Neutralizer is perfect for my very sensitive skin. Some days I wake up with a lot of redness in the cheeks, and so I'll just put that in that area. I had a little breakout on my chin today, so I put it there. It's just perfect for covering those, but also it's made for darkness. So if you have any dark spots on your face or dark under eyes, the Neutralizer is just perfect. I've talked about this butter eyeshadow palette before from Physicians Formula. I've done some eye looks with it. It's right around $10, $9.99, around that area. And these are so smooth. Because of the different butters and oils that they put into these shadows, they just glide on. They feel like butter. If you run your fingers right across them, it just feels beautiful. Now, what's nice about this palette is it's a combination of mattes and shimmers. So I like to go in the crease with my matte, sort of shape my eyes first, go on my lid with these very shimmery shadows. You can get a very soft daytime look. I do that a lot with the mattes, and I don't use any shimmer. But if I want to go out in the evening or want a more dramatic look, I definitely use these deeper colors and the shimmer. But this is just my go-to palette, and for such a reasonable price, you get shadows that perform in a very luxe way. Wet n Wild has really stepped up their game in the lip department. When they first came out with lipsticks, they were sort of dry. They were great for lasting all day, but very dry in the lips. And if you're a mature woman, they didn't work too well unless you covered them with a gloss. But now they're adding things like vitamin E and different shea butter and other butters to their lipsticks and glosses, and they work great for mature women. I'm in love with this liquid catsuit. You know what this reminds me of? I've tried City Lips, and they're more dewy looking shades. This is what this reminds me of. And they stay, they last, they're beautiful, they're easy to apply. I just love the modern colors too that they have. Their nudes look a lot like the KKW kind of line, those shades along that line, and then they have some brighter shades. I tend to stick in the more neutral shades of this line, but these just go on the lips beautifully and give a very dewy look to the lips. I'm such a fan of lip balms. I like to keep them in my purse. And one brand that I haven't heard talked about much is Sky Organics. These are beautiful. I initially bought them because I thought some of the shades reminded me of my favorite, which is Clinique Black Honey. And unfortunately, they weren't a dupe, but they have a similar look. Now, one shade that I love from this line, I bought a 4-pack that comes together, is this one because it's a shimmer. I put it on top of the other lip balms, but I've also put this on top of a matte lipstick to make it look more shimmery. Now, these have peppermint oil in them, which sort of plumps the lips a little bit, or at least makes the lip lines look less noticeable. So if you don't like peppermint oil or that feeling of peppermint, it doesn't sizzle or burn on my lips, but it just gives a warmth to the lips when you're wearing it. But I really enjoy these. I just repurchased one of my favorite nail polishes, and this is Sally Hansen Color Therapy. Now, this has argan oil in it. I think this is so beautiful on the nails. In the summer and spring months, I tend to either go with a sand color on my nails, which sort of makes them look tan, and bright colors. I alternate between the two. This polish stays on beautifully. What I like about this particular shade, which this shade is called Powder Room, is that when the nails do wear on the tips, you don't see it. Some polishes, if they're matte, it's really noticeable, or if they're very dark color, you notice chips on the nails. And at this time of the year, when I'm doing spring cleaning and organizing all of that in my house, I don't want chips to show up. I want to be able to go several days without having to do my nails. So this is one of my all-time favorite polishes that I really love. The winners of last week's giveaway for the Beauty Hacks Lip Sleeping Mask are listed in the first pinned comment. Congratulations to the winners. This week, I will also be giving away 2 more of these. If you're talking about great skincare ingredients in a product, this is it. This really plumps my lips, makes them look so full and youthful. It's really turned my lips around. I don't have any fillers or anything, and this has brought my lips back to their teenage years, so I'm all for that. I hope you all have a blessed and beautiful week.